with that, we'll go ahead and begin with prayer and kick this thing off. I'm so excited. All right. Father God, we love you, we thank you, we praise you. You are awesome, and we are so glad, so excited to be part of what you're doing in the earth. I know that these people who have shown up tonight are here because their heart is after you, their desire is after you. And we're doing our level best to pull the teachings and the instructors and the people all together to basically make a perfect storm of your awesome will going forth in the earth. We know and expect that tonight is only a beginning, but it's a special beginning as we move forward to conquer and to accomplish the things you made us to do to change this world. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right. More applause. Awesome. Okay. All right. Now, I want you to know I've broken tonight up into two pieces. The first part, I'm going to be going over a lot of just information about the school, about the programs, the things we're doing, where we're going, and where you can fit into that. All right? And just basic rules and stuff like that is associated with any university. And then we're going to have a brief intermission. After that, I'm going to have a special session where I'm going to teach those of you who, well, some of us, it's been a while since we were in college or high school. Okay? All right? So there are so many things available to you now that we did not have the first time when we went through school earlier. Okay? And I'm going to show you a few of those things, refresh you on some note-taking skills, other things like that. But that'll be in the second half. So those of you who have been here and you just came tonight to learn all about all the new stuff, if you want to stay for that, great. That'll be good for you, I guarantee it. But if not, that's okay as well. Okay? All right. So with that, let me get started with our ECCU Orientation 2018. Okay, I already started with prayer, so let's move forward. Our purpose tonight is to orient you to new students and our faculty. We don't have any faculty besides me here tonight because, do we? Oh, sorry, Vicky's right down in front of me. I apologize, Vicky. Stewardship 101 right here. All right, Vicky's here.
Lay low.
All right, just lay low, don't hit it. Anyway, she's here, and but the thing is, I'm going to be going over some how the school works. I'm going to go over our mission, some of the rules, how to access your classes. I'm going to show you the websites and our YouTube channels, all those neat things, and show you all the things that are available to you. Many people do not understand or still don't know that everything that we have is available online now. Okay? The fact that I'm videotaping even this presentation, for those who don't make it tonight, they'll just be able to go on to our YouTube channel and see it. And learn from it, especially that second half where I'm going over the note-taking skills. If they want to get refreshed in that, they'll be able to do that as well. Okay? All this is available. A lot of folks don't know that. So I want to make it real clear to you tonight. And there's a really special benefit for you by knowing this information. And I'll go over that in just a few minutes. Okay? Let's see. That should do that. So first off, our mission. The mission of our university. You've seen it on our website. Most of you who were here last year had this drummed into you. But we are building believers who know whom and whose they are, and we're training them to effectively use the skills and talents and training, the things that we give you, showing you how to use it. Our school is not about a bunch of memorization. Matter of fact, I despise memorization. Now, there are things that you do need to memorize, that are valuable for it. Whenever you read the scripture, you need to know the principle behind it. You need to know what's going on. But it's not, we don't waste time in class and waste your time trying to memorize things that you could just Google. Okay? Those days are past. Now it's more important knowing how to access the information, have an understanding of the principles behind the information, so that you can find what you need when you need it. Because what we're preparing you for is, in today's world, to be able to be effective, powerful in your workplace. Effective and powerful if you move on into some leadership position within a church here or somewhere else. To have the tools at your command to be able to use them and use them well. That's the idea. Okay? So that's that. And where we got this from is Ephesians 4:11 through 13. And that says, Our responsibility is to equip God's people to do this work and build up the church and the body of Christ. This will continue until we all come to such unity in our faith and knowledge of God's Son that we will be mature in the Lord. That's the thing. That's what we're aiming for. That's our goal. We want to see you, and you want to see you mature. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to be babies anymore. The reason you're actually in this room is because you said, I want more. I want to dig deeper. I want to see what God can do with me for the next 30, 40, 60, 80, 90 years. However long I'm still on this planet. All right? I know some of you say, I'm already 50 years old. I'm 56. I'm 56, okay? All right? I figure I've got another 64 years because Moses got to live 120, and I enjoy every one of them.
That's
okay?
right.
All right? That's my thing. And I consider where we are today, this is a beginning point. And when you come in here, I don't care what age you are. We've got everybody joining us here from interns who are 17, 18, 19 years old to people who are in their 60s or 70s. We've got the whole range coming here. And that's one of the really cool things I love about this university is you have the opportunity when you get into discussions in your classes where you're getting inputs from people who are 19 and 60, all right, who've been in the church or have never been in church. You're getting all of that, and it really gives you a really broad and very firm foundation in your ability to communicate to other people. Because here's the thing, when you, all this stuff that you're taking in, we're not meant to be cisterns that take it in and let it sit there and spoil and turn to garbage. All right, we're meant to be flowing streams. Okay? Holy Spirit in you is meant to be flowing out into others. All right? So what we're doing here is we're digging deep. We're pulling the Word of God, pushing it down and reviewing it and hearing it, saying it to where we are changed, we are renewed in our minds, therefore we're able to affect positive change in the world around us. You're going to be broadening, expanding your influence just by taking this in and then putting it to good work. Okay? I didn't plan to say that, but you got it. All right. Now, next, this is the different things that you can access within us. If you want to see this, you'll be able to see this online. If you want to record and take notes, great. Go for it. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you right to some of these locations. That's why I even left I didn't put this in normal mode right here. Let me turn around. I'm going to show you something. All right, first off, ECCUequip.com. This is where you will be going to access your classes. Let me go there now. Boom. Okay? You'll have correction. That's our website. Good. This is where you'll be going. You'll be able to log in. Some of you already have your logins. You've already been registered. Many of you do not. Tonight, before you leave, Casey, raise your hand. Okay? All right? If you do not have a login on the computer for your classes, see Casey tonight before you leave. When we have intermission, it's a prime time. She'll hook you up. We'll give you an easy password, and then you can change it to whatever you like. We don't care. But we're going to give you something to start you off so you get access. All right? So you'll have that working for you. The website here, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple things here on this. I logged in myself, but let me get over here and show you as a student what you will see. Okay. Now, as a student, you have there's so much available to you. It's pretty incredible. But first off, I'm going to show you what you would see once you're logged in. You would go here to My Courses. Now, I've actually set myself up to take Instructor Training 101. I did that. I created this course to teach our teachers how to teach. Anyway, all right. Anyway, and so I'm going to view it for you just so you can see what the class looks like, what you would see as a student. All right. You log in, you're going to see where we've placed a syllabus. And that syllabus, you click on this, and it'll show up, and you're able to see what you would, the course terms. Obviously for the instructors, I made it real simple. I wasn't trying to grade them. I was trying to get information in their heads. But I did create a quiz for them so they know what it looked like. The thing is, you'll have your whatever the course terms are will be listed there. I'm going to show you another course, Art of Communication. This one actually is starting next week. Pastor Matt Stahlbaum. This is for people who are in the pastoral leadership package or track. But for those folks, they'll be taking this course. And you see their course terms having to read their textbook. Actually, his now involves a quiz and stuff. We've changed it this year, but still the basic idea is you'll have the weighting of the course, how much of it applies to your grade. You'll know all that stuff day one. What the most important thing for you guys to know right now, though, is scroll right up here where it shows your course textbook. For that particular course, it's called Communicating for Change. You can go on Amazon, and I strongly suggest, let me see this. I strongly suggest, okay, all right. I strongly suggest that you go to Amazon if you're in that course and order the book today, tonight, tomorrow morning. Order the book, get it to you. Most of the time, Amazon will get it to you within a couple days, 3 or 4 days. But you want to be sure that you have it in hand, because the expectation, okay, I'm going to say this, expectation, all right, for this year is that you will get your textbook and read the first couple, 3 chapters, or at least scan them, skim them, something, so that the first night of class you show up and you're able to have a lively, intelligent discussion about what you've read and what you're hearing, and be part of it. Because we're trying our best to get away from even though we have to, you're dealing with preachers, okay? Most of them are preachers, all right? So they love to talk like I do, okay? All right, they enjoy hearing their own voices, but we want to get it to the place where you're involved more. So if you've read the book ahead of time, then they should be able to ask you questions, and then you can have this thing called verbal interchange or discussion, all right? Instead of just listening to them drone on and on like I'm doing, okay? All right, so that's the idea. So you get your book early and read it. Now, I'm also tell you this. You can go ahead, if you know you're planning to attend this whole year, order all your books. Order all your books and read them. Go through it, highlight it, take notes, put tabs on it. If it's in, you're going to find that all of our books, we don't have the stuffy textbooks that you dealt with in high school or at the junior college, where I also teach, or the books, just picking it up makes you sleepy. Okay? All right? We don't have that. Our books are actually written by writers who are good at writing, and they enjoy their topic, and you'll enjoy the topic every single time that you see it, because honestly, our goal is to inspire you, not to bore you. Okay? All right, if you're getting bored, I won't take much longer. Okay? All right. So anyway, that's the idea. But get your textbook early. I'll say it one more time. Get your textbook early. Read the thing. Get yourself familiarized with the subject. It's going to make it so much more fun for you. You'll really enjoy it a lot more. And by the way,
of this new structure changing the book. No.
It could happen.
Yeah. I know.
Actually, I'll tell you right now, Pastor Mark just came to me today, and the book for Hearing the Voice of God that we used back in May, he says that can be a supplement, but he's really thinking of a different book. Okay? And it's called Whispers, and it's really awesome. I've already been glancing at it, and I get why he said it. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're way ahead of it. Yeah, that's 2 months from now. Anyway, here's the thing. I think I've covered that. I beat that dead horse. It's not dead. All right, let's move forward. Next up, you will be able to go in and for every single night, like I said, we videotape all the classes. So you'll have an archive in the class for it. They'll list each class. It'll usually say something like video, or actually it'll say, this one right here would say for like Believer's Authority. It would be BA1-1. That would be the first night, first class. Okay? But they'll be listed as we record them. And the nice thing is, since we started recording last year, most of our courses are already populated with the videos from last year. So you can actually watch those ahead of time if you want to, and be prepared. The thing is, and some of the teachers I've actually discussed with them taking last year's videos, cutting them down, chopping them up, and using them as resources for the current class as well, that you would see on your own time outside of class. So there's lots of opportunity for you to get information. The point I don't want to forget is this. The videos, as we videotape your course, we'll be replacing last year's with the new one. Okay? And so most of your courses, you'll start out with 12 videos. When you're done, you'll have 12 videos, but they'll all be fresh ones. Okay? All right. But this way, you're able to get full benefit. I like the idea of getting ahead. I was talking to Jim earlier because he's gonna be taking off to Kenya, in the middle of this first class. And he's like, I'm going to miss it. And I said, well, you can watch the videos if you want to after today, okay? Because we just made the classes live. No, yeah, we made the classes live today. So you could actually go ahead and pre-watch the videos if you wanted to, okay? Not going to hurt that at all, because he's already registered. Okay, that's that. So I guess I should give you an example of what those look like when you click on one. Just go down here to course design. That way you can see my beautiful logo when it first starts. Isn't that awesome? Okay.
Helping people.
Okay, you can go further than that. Now, you can also see your. And then you go straight to him. Then any other documentation for the course, you can click on it, and you'll be able to see the PDF of that, whatever it is. Okay? You have all of for the course itself, everything's available. Day one when you start, everything that you need to be able to understand what your responsibilities are, the tools that we're going to put in your hand. Many of the courses were written originally, 10 years ago. Now, we've updated 80% of them last year. I mean, totally changed them, and that's why I got the complaint over here. All right? All right? The thing is, we totally updated and changed our courses, but we have saved, in many of those courses, we've actually, as one of the resources, give you the entire outline of the old course, okay, that you're able to have it too. So here's our thing. My goal is to pound as much information into your heads this year as I possibly can. Okay? That's what I want to do. I want you to get filled up. But here's the thing. Information, data, written word does nothing without Holy Spirit. Okay? All right. If you spend your time, what? The Holy Spirit right now. This is pretty awesome. Okay. Anyway, if you do nothing but just take in and learn this stuff, actually, not only do you get stiff and dried up, but then you get full of yourself and you start, pick on everybody else or thinking that you're better than anybody else. Frankly, my dad used to say this, you get somebody a 4-year or a master's degree or something like this, if they don't change, if they don't grow, if they don't do something with it, they're just a more educated idiot than what they started. Okay? And so, I'm just saying, that's how it is. I can memorize a lot of data, but if I don't apply it and find a place where God is bringing it out of me and making a difference in the world, then I've just wasted 2, 3, 4, 6 years of my life and filled myself up and got full of myself. Okay, so that's not our goal. Our goal is to help, just to give you the opportunity, but it's really on you. Okay, it's really on you to dig in. Right? You can attend these courses and get an A by just, I'll give you an example. The quiz here. Let me show you what a quiz looks like. All right? Handbook quiz. Okay. You're able, I'm going to read this exam I made for them. I was making fun of them. I made a joke. But anyway, the thing is, you have a quiz. It says up here, time allocated 60 minutes. Well, that's because Amazon doesn't want to sign up their servers forever. The fact of the matter is, you can get in here and then and read your questions or stuff, and then get out and come back, and you can keep it open for hours or days if you want to. I wouldn't suggest doing that. It's kind of a waste of time, but you can look at it. Because here's the thing, the reason we do the quizzes, the way we build our quizzes, they're all open book, open mind, okay? But what you do is this, you take your book that you have been reading, and you see the question, and you find the answer to that question in your book, and then you click off the answer. If you can't get an A on our quizzes,
I'm not trying.
you're not doing the work, is what it comes down to. I'm not saying, we don't write them to be like, if you can just take a wild guess at it and get it. It's not going to be so. But if you'll actually do the work of reading the book, you can get an A on every single quiz that we have. Okay? That's because I've done that because I want to get the word into you. I want to see change happen in you. Okay? That's what we're about, right? So if that's the case, that's the. So those of you who come in here and say, I haven't been to school in 35 years, I get it. I get it. But I'll tell you right now, you can. I'm not looking at them. No, I'm not. Anyway, you can do this because you're just going to dig. You're just going to read the book. See the questions. You read the book. You give them the answers because I've forced you to look it up for yourself. Okay? If by doing that, you're fulfilling two parts of what are going to help this stuff be solidified in you. I'm all about sealing the Word of God into you, sealing it in and getting it there so it stays and makes impact. So here's the thing. If you listen to an instructor one time, within a week, you'll have forgotten 90% of what he said. With 1 week. Okay? If you take good notes while he's talking or she's talking, then you may retain up to 20% in a couple weeks. All right? But if you dig it out for yourself, okay, and this is really for second year students because I always have some of those complain, how come I have to write papers? Well, here's the thing. The reason you write papers is because when you do that, you have to organize your thoughts, and then you have to write it down in a way that conveys what you've learned, and you're basically teaching your teacher what you've learned. Okay? When you do that, when you teach somebody else something, you will retain 80% of it 5 years later. Okay? That's what I'm doing. That is called sealing it into you. I'm about sealing the Word of God into you. You're going to take it in and then seal it. All right? So when we have memorization type things that I want you to memorize, like Mark Cook in his class had them memorize the 66 books of the Bible, just so it'd be easy for them to find things they needed to. Okay? All right? He had to memorize it. What we did is we said, go home, get a kid. All right? Whether it's your kid, your grandkid, whatever, get a kid and teach that kid the 66 books of the Bible. Help them memorize it. By the time they've got it, you have it. Okay? It's sealed in you. Okay? Get a kid. It worked for me all the way through my 3 years, but my 3 years whenever I was attending as a student here, we had to memorize a verse every month for the class, and we had to memorize it. And I would get my daughter, who at the time was like 5, I would teach her the verse. By the time she got it, I had it. Okay, all right, enough of that. Okay, so that's the quiz thing. So no fear, right? No fear of quizzes. No fear. You just look up the questions, look at the answers, answer them. When you're done, and that's been like the third or fourth time you've opened the page up, when you push this button right here, submit exam, it's done. Right? When you push submit, so don't push submit till you're sure you have the right answers. Okay? But when you do that, it's done. You will get an immediate response. You'll know what your grade is for the quiz. And most of the time, we'll have it opened up where you can see what the correct answer was. Sometimes we don't, depending if it's like a final exam or something like that, we won't do that until everyone's taken it. And you understand why we won't do that. Okay? All right, that's that. I think I've nailed pretty well what it takes to be from a student. As far as finance, here's the thing. You can go in and pay your bills on here once you're registered anytime. And all you have to do is you go to you're under my account. This is actually I have a positive $140 on my account. You know what does that for you? These right here. Okay? All right? This right here, the gift certificate. If you don't know what this is, I'm going to tell you because you have a week till school starts to take advantage of this. Okay? These gift certificates are awesome. What we've done is that when you give this to someone who's never attended our school before, and they come and take a class with us, they get their class off 50%. That's nice. You get another 50% off of your class, or a class for you. So what this basically does, it gives you another, what is it? How much is that? Oh, what's $170? $85. Okay? And $85 is worth to you and goes into your account on the plus side. So next month you only have to pay half or whatever. All right. Well, I have a, who was that? Where is he? Is he here tonight? I don't see John. There he is. Oh, it's the hat. Messing with me. He already said, dude, I can sell those things. I will. All right, and that's fine. Frankly, you do this 10 times and you've cut your entire school bill in half for the year. Okay? So it's something you can do. Take advantage of it. It's up to you. If you don't, no skin off my nose, but it could actually be for your benefit. Okay? All right. Next. Okay, that was the finance side. I was going to show you how to make a payment, wasn't I? Let me go back to my finance. Make a payment, you just click that button, enter how much you want to pay, and then hit the credit card thing, and you put your information. We don't control this. We don't know what you wrote. We don't care what you wrote. We just hope it actually works. All right. All right. But you put in there, and this is done through Square, who's our provider for the credit cards, and it automatically is credited to your account, and you get a receipt, all that stuff. Okay? That's that. And what else? Oh yeah, registration itself. I'll just jump on over there. Oh, here we go. All right. To register, you go and you click the blue button and you click your name, and I'm gonna click there because we've talked to tech support. There's an issue showing my old dates in there, but that's no biggie. Select your program of study, and it'll immediately populate with classes that you can then select for your course. Okay? You click on those and you're done. You can click it by program or by calendar. If you want, especially this is for audit students specifically. If you're auditing and you aren't tied to a program, you're not in the pastoral leadership track, you're not in the whatever track, you just want to learn. Well, if you click by calendar, then you're able to see everything that we have on the list, and you can sign up for whichever ones you want. Okay? All right, that's that.
Mark,
Yes.
the healing class that's in the spring,
Yes.
will people who want to audit that for free need to get with Casey and get a registration before doing it?
Actually, when it comes to the healing class in the spring, it's no longer a class, it's a seminar. This year it became a seminar. We're going to be doing it on Saturday, and it'll be about 5 hours on a Saturday, a seminar, and then that seminar will actually be not really a prereq, but viewing the seminar will be part of our how to minister healing class. All right, it'll be part of that. But as far as the free class, will be a seminar, and Pastor Kevin's actually talking about doing a couple of them, a couple Saturdays. We're doing it repeated in case there's people who missed the first and want to. But we're going to also videotape the entire thing so they can be able to see it online if they want to as well. We'll put that as a public video on our YouTube channel instead of in our regular unlisted ones for classes. Okay? Any questions on that? That was a good question, by the way. I like that. Okay. So as far as registering, I just showed you that. That's good. I have to look over my shoulder. Okay. Oh, by the way, whenever you see the little X up there, make sure the little hand, when you click on that X, it shows like a little hand before you push the button. Otherwise, you're going to sit there all day long saying, "This sucker's broke. It's broke." No, you just have to make sure you're on it right. That's why on some of the things they make giant X's for those of us like me who need it. Okay. That did that. Oh yeah, on my reports. Okay, you can go here and you can do a degree audit to see your standings at any time. And by the way, even after you leave the school, you move to wherever, Timbuktu, Kenya, you're a missionary or whatever, you can go there. When you can get service, you can click on it, and you can go to and get your all of your records at any time that way. Now, we still send out official transcripts. We have to print them and all that neat stuff, but you can see your standing. And I'll give you an idea on that, like a degree audit looks something like this. All right, we're able to scroll down and see what you have, and then what. See, I don't have anything ready to show you right now for my doctorate, but it shows all the classes I took before. Okay, that's that one. And quick look at my grades. I saw that. And the GPA report, you can do that as well. See your current standing, just like that. Okay? All right, and that's that. Enough? I told you, quit looking at my grades. Okay, too late. All right.
Showing now.
I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, good. Okay, now, all right. So,
It's like you had a
all
problem
right.
with your identity.
Okay, now, let's go forward. I think I've covered our stuff, so let me just show you a couple other things and I jump on the other pages. First, this is our home page. Most of you have already been here, right? Who's not been to the home page? Okay, Aaron, really? Wow, that's embarrassing for you. Okay. Where it says home.
So you said so.
On the home page, you can see a few things here or whatever. The about page is where you'll see your instructors, their pictures and stuff down here. Whoever's teaching. We have 13 instructors now. Yeah, yay is right. We have 13, and every one of them spirit-filled, powerful people. I am so excited about this course this year. Actually, five brand new courses this year. They're smoking hot. They're going to be so good. Dr. Paul Evans is teaching Greek interpretation 1 and 2. Yes, and I'm going to tell you, if that's scary to you, it should be. But he actually had like 6 or 8 years, I think he said, of Greek whenever he was back in seminary. And he said of all the stuff that he learned there, they spent almost 2 years just learning prefixes and suffixes. Okay, and anyway, it's on video too. Anyway, the thing is, he said what he learned the most, the things that he still uses today, is what he wants to share with you. Okay, and so yes, you'll find it's 2 months worth of work. So that's 24 sessions. Yes, and it's going to be you're going to require significant amounts of work outside of class. Matter of fact, those who are in the class will want to have a study buddy to practice with. But on the other side of it, he said it's the difference, and I'm going to have him do a video next month and put it online to show everybody. He said it's the difference between teaching what other people have told you the Word says and teaching the Word of God. So excited. So anyway, I'm pumped about that. Also, we have 2 brand new history and culture classes this year. Don't you love it when the pastor gets up there and is talking about, hey, all right, well, back here in Jerusalem at this time, they were all living like this, and they ate this, and they go on and it gives you a nice full picture of what's going on, more so than what you get just by reading the Bible sometimes.
Yeah.
Our history and culture class is going to do that for both Old Testament and New Testament. It's going to be amazing. And our church history courses. I'm excited. Anyway, let's move forward. I think I've killed enough time there. Let's go with classes. You've already seen this, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Just show you this. You can see it this way, but also everybody here, grab one of these before you leave tonight. They're on the back table. Okay? This shows you all of the classes that we've got scheduled for this year. And also, for the most part, it tells you who the instructor is. And, hey, Sam, I didn't realize you snuck in on me. All right? Sam's the one teaching those history classes I was telling you about. All right? He's a history major. Where'd you go to college? He forgot.
I've been around.
No, for your history.
Middle Tennessee State.
Okay. He's a history buff big time. I love it. He starts telling me stuff, I get all excited just thinking about it. Here we go. Next, you're going to see the instructors on here, and most of these even have the name of the book. But, like you said, check with your instructor, or at least look at the syllabus online before you order one. Okay? All right. That's that. Let me do one more quick thing on this page, and then I'll quit for this. And that is scroll down to the resources. You're able to jump over to, this is our Google Drive, where by the way, we keep all of our stuff on Google, and all of our servers are Amazon. Therefore, you don't lose stuff. Okay? Therefore, you don't lose stuff. This is important, okay? As an instructor, I love that. As a student, I love it, that whenever I upload something to my instructor, he's got it, and he can't say he lost it. Okay? Because I've dealt with over other places where I would turn in something and then I end up getting a 0 for the, and I say, wait a minute, that doesn't happen here. Doesn't
I
happen.
don't get away with my dog ate it.
You can't do that either. You can't even say my computer hard drive crashed because you threw it on an Amazon server. Okay? All right. Okay. The student handbook is here. Okay, I'm one more strongly, okay? This is a strongly for all of you. I strongly suggest you read through the thing. I cut it down. It's only like 19 pages, and most of that is even talking about the background of the church. But you need to have an understanding of the whys. I'm going to give you some of those real quickly. I got to get going. I want to do that. Okay, but that is a great place, a resource for you, the student handbook. It also gives you more information about the courses, but you'll find in these programs that are also posted right here, okay? I'm not going to open that up because I've already printed these for you, but your Associate of Arts in Christian Ministry Pastoral Leadership, I've got some of these printed on the back here for you. You'll be able to look through it and see what the courses are, not just the names, but what they're about. Okay? And do the same thing for the both these are pastoral leadership. Here's the other one in theology. Okay? You'll be able to look through them, see what the class is about before you ever get there, at least to have an understanding what we're going to try to teach you. Okay? All right. I think that did that. So let's get back on my presentation, and we'll go forward. Now I think I don't have any more jumping around, so I should be able to go large with this. Okay. So with that, let me get back over here. You on the About page on our home page, it shows us, it mentions it here. If you go under About, you're able to see all those resources that I just showed you. Okay? Keep it simple here. Our registration, $25 per semester. Registration is $25 per semester. That's $50 a year. Unless you go ahead and pay for the whole year, and then it's only $40. The reason we do that, we don't actually get that money. That goes to Amazon servers. It goes to our tech support that allows us to have all this online material, all this stuff. So that's really the registration. We did not have a registration before we had online, but we found that there's so much benefit from this, it's definitely worth it. So that's that. You have to have a high school diploma or a GED or official higher education institution transcript to be able to be admitted here. Okay? Graduation requirements. We grant transfer up to half of the associate's or bachelor's degree. So if you have hours from another college, accredited college, let me specify, from an accredited college, then we will give you those hours. And what that would mean is this: for an associate's degree, you can have up to 30 hours. Okay? For a bachelor's degree with us, you can have up to 60 hours transferred in that would apply towards you. Now here's the thing: I'm still going to force you to take the core courses. You're going to have those. I don't care if you do associates or bachelor's, because that's what we're here for, is to get the word into you. And you'll get those. You're going to find that this year is one that, even though it's compact, we don't have you write a lot of papers. You'll do book reviews, short 1.5 page papers, things like that in this first year. You will do quizzes from your books to get the word into you. Okay, we're not about having you become Rhodes Scholars yet. You'll work into that second, third, and fourth year. Okay, the first year it's really about getting the word into you. So I want you to relax. Okay, and I know I've been trying to talk fast here. I always do anyway, but just relax. Okay, there. Our big thing here is, I also want to remind, because I have some people say that, well, I wasn't even a good student back in high school. So I'm not sure what I can do. If the whole goal is change in you, if my whole goal is for you to grow and to become what you're meant to be, whether you're a straight A's or not is not a big deal. All right? A 2.0, that's a C average, will get you a diploma. Okay? Now, at the same time, I'm not saying, okay, time to slough off and be a bunch of lazy bums. I'm not saying that. Okay? You have a personal drive and desire for excellence. God put it within you and us. We're aiming for excellence. But we do it from the standpoint of the person you measure yourself against is who you were yesterday. Okay? Who I was yesterday, I measure against. So if today I'm stepping up and I'm going to go ahead and take a college course in theology or whatever leadership, then I'm measuring that against yesterday when I wasn't doing that. Okay? Is that making some sense?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And so I want you to do your best, and we'll do our level best to help you. And when it comes time to write those papers in your second, third, and fourth year, we actually have, and Giselle over here, she's on our alumni committee. She is our alumni chairperson. She is helping us develop a set of mentors who will come alongside and help with those people that need it, when they need it, and get them up to where they can do it on their own. Okay? So we're working on that too. Aim for growth. All right. I already said that, so I'm good. Okay. First year, you don't get a diploma because there's no such thing as an AA in 1 year. But you do get a certificate of completion of the core, and here's why. We know that it's an intense workout. You're going to be getting stuff, you're going to be getting stuff poured into you that you've maybe only had pieces of before, and you're taking it on. And so we want to recognize that. So at the end of the year, those who have completed the 10 courses of the core classes will receive a certificate, and they will walk at graduation next year, the next June, just like we did this year. And I know that some of you, that this may not be a big deal, but I'll tell you right now, to your kids and your grandkids, it's a big deal.
Right.
When mom or dad or your grandma walks across that stage and gets their diploma, it's a big deal. Okay? So here's the thing. I want you to get this today, because some of you are going to quit in about a month. All right? Because you're going to see life got in the way. I got busy. I don't have time for this, or whatever. All right? And I'm not giving anybody permission to do that. I'm just saying I've seen it happen over the years. You need to find your why. Find your why. Write your why down. And then hold on to that. Okay? Because God's got bigger things for you. And Satan wants to do his level stinking best to stop you. He knows that by you saying, I'm going to step up and I'm going to dig into the Word and I'm going to listen and I'm going to take this stuff in, he knows what it will accomplish in you. Because he's seen it whip his tail 10,000 times, 10 times 10,000. All right, he's experienced it. He wants to stop you. He wants to snatch the seed. All right, he wants to pull it out. And if he can cause a disgruntled spouse or a child having an issue or a dog getting old or whatever, I've seen all these things. If he wants to, if he can do that and distract you, then he's going to do it. Now, when we do Christian identity starting next week, and you newbies, you're going to be in my class. Sorry. All right. But when you get in there, you're going to see how Satan works and what he wants to do, and the only tools he has, because he's basically a weak, defenseless, beaten foe. But if he can distract you and keep you from accomplishing the thing God put you on this earth for, then he's won.
Yep.
You know, and he puts that as a win in his column. Yep, I stopped that one. And that's just not how it is. Okay? We find our why. We know why we're doing this. We're stepping out and we're saying, God, I believe that if I dig into your word and I draw close to you, you'll draw close to me, and we're going to do something together. That's to me what it's about. Okay? So next, for those who are doing the pastoral leadership, I'm going to warn you that even if you have 30 hours, I'm not going to give you an associate's in pastoral leadership until you've done the entire pastoral leadership program. Okay? Because it's got the core, and then it has 8 courses that we've created specifically to get you grounded in the basics of what you need to do. And the thing is, you will not necessarily be qualified to be an ordained minister or anything else like that after we're done. Okay? I'm giving you a heads up on that. But you will have been exposed to the truth. You will have been exposed to some leadership opportunities. You will have been in a mentoring position with a pastor or leader. You will have co-led something for 5 months. Because we have that 160-hour internship doesn't mean that I showed up and stacked chairs every week. Okay? All right? That's not what it means. It means that I walked hand in hand with a leader in the church, and I was exposed to what real ministry is, and the good, the bad, and the ugly of ministry. I've experienced it. Okay? That's what's going to happen during that time. And you'll be, when you take the practical pastoral ministry class In there, we're actually going to have an audit for your skills that you take, and then you're even working with and have a special interview with our internship lead, who will then give you try to guide you and put you into a position that fits with what you feel that God's showing you to do in the kingdom of God. Okay? So, it's kind of huge, and we're really excited. I'm kind of pumped. But anyway, that's where we are. And that's for the pastoral leadership. It's an amazing thing. And so if it ends up taking you the full 2 years, that's not a bad thing. You will have been exposed to some really cool stuff. Even if you have transfer credits. And by the way, those transfer credits work just fine when you go for your bachelor, so you can stay. All right. Now, next. Okay, next. Standard of conduct. Yes, I have to go there. We conduct ourselves in a manner consistent with the teachings of Jesus Christ. Okay? I don't expect issues, but I have experienced in the last year 2 people who, because they were tired or because they were rushed or because they waited to the last minute, they copied something off the internet and put it into their paper. And whenever I read it, I said, well, that doesn't sound like her voice. So I copied and pasted it to Google and came right after where they found it. I said, well, this is nice. That's called plagiarism. Okay? It's wrong. It's fraud. It's representing yourself when it's really somebody else. Okay? That's not acceptable. All right. And yes, the option would be, depending on the level, the severity, or whatever it was, up to dismissal. The thing is, our school is about change and growth. So we're not out to kick people out the door and not looking for an excuse for that. Okay? But I'm telling you up front, and you're going to find, those of you who take Composition 101 with Angela Cook, she's going to teach you all the things you need to do to make sure that there's no ways you possibly could accidentally even use other people's thoughts as your own. Okay? It's going to be really cool. So just telling you, plagiarism, not acceptable. Okay? And, don't dress like a tramp. And guys, don't dress like a thug. Okay, good on that. Next. Okay, moving forward. Yes, that's on video. Okay, so degree students must complete all their exams, presentations, all those things, research papers no later than 1 week after the class is over. That's right, we actually give you 5 weeks to complete your course. Okay? With no reduction in grade or anything. Matter of fact, the teachers don't even go look to do their part of the grading process until that 7th day. That's when they go in to do it. So if you finish everything early on time, like a good boy and girl, that's great. You're still not going to see your grade until at least a week after class is over, because that's when they look. Because we give you more time if you have issues. Because most of the people who are coming to our school, the thing that thrills them and excites them is that we work around their schedule. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you can't make it to class on Thursday night, it's okay. You know, it's nice if you'll let somebody know, especially if you're in a very small class, But if you can't, you just watch it on video. And what we do is this. When you watch it, if you miss the class, you watch it on YouTube. Then all you do is you send a note, whether it's through a thread that you'll learn how to do on within the class, that learning management system I showed you earlier, or just sending an email to your instructor that says, when I was watching last night's class, or the last class, I had a question about this, or this, and you just tell them, these are the questions I had. Or make a comment on something. I agree with this, I disagree with that, whatever. That way, you're participating in the discussion. And if you bring up something that nobody else did in the class, they can then bring it up and they can answer for everyone at the beginning of the next class. But this is how you're able to get your class participation credit, even though you're doing it online, even though you missed being here in person. Okay? Everybody understand that? Is anybody so bored that they passed out yet? Okay, sorry, Edwin. See, I'm used to that. All right, so that's that. 7 days late. If it's more than 7 days late, you just automatically, if you had an A, you got a B. That's it. If you don't get it done within 30 days, it's a 0, and you have to retake the course. Okay? Which is another $170. So that's a nice financial incentive to go ahead and do your work up first. Okay? All right. Be on time or early. Okay? A lot of folks coming from work, remember our classes start at 7. Coming from work, this is what I did. I would spend the first hour before anybody showed up reviewing my notes and things like that. Taking my shoes off, relaxing, just spending some time kind of coming down off the work day and then coming into class. All right, you're welcome in here. I actually have the doors open usually by 5 o'clock. It's 2 hours before class. So if you want to, you can come in and relax. You know, we usually have the coffee here. If I don't have it ready, I'll get it ready, you know, so you can have that too, okay? Oh, another thing, when you see the snack card over here, all this stuff back here, this was all free this evening for everybody. On the snack card, everything on there is about $1. Those candy bars and stuff. People get hungry between classes, take those. Here's the thing, what we do with that money, and I'm telling you at the beginning of the year so you know, all it's used for is at the end of the year, we have a big party. It's a catered luncheon for everybody. So all the money that we get from that pays for the catered luncheon. Okay. This past June, it was some really good Italian food. All right. It was really good. So anyway, but we just use that as our method to save for that. So feel free to eat to your heart's content and save money for us to eat more later. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I told you about the class participation. Good enough. Here's our grading system. We have it set up A's and A minuses all the way up to B minus. We did that because in the past, whenever you say it's a hard A, B, C, D, and you have 90, 80, 70, 60, it really puts a teacher in a bind a little bit because they're really, well, they did really well. They should be able to get them a little bit more. Then they have to fudge things and give fudge points. By doing it this way, it's real easy. Okay, it makes it very simple in our grading process. So that's how that works. Next, financials. Payments due the first hour of each class. Right? Yeah, 10 classes, right? Not each session. You don't have to pay every week. That'd be ridiculous. Okay, but what it comes down to is that it's when it's due. Now, honestly, we work with people. Okay, again, our goal here, we're not out to make a load of money off you. That's why our tuition is 45% less than the cheapest college in this county, which is Eastern Florida. Okay? For them, it's $104 per credit hour. Okay? That's $312 per class. Our classes are $107. Okay? So we're not out to make a bunch of money. We do want to pay our instructors, and we do want to pay for our lights, and we want to pay for our cameras and all the other stuff that we have here. But we're not out to do that, okay? So, if you prepay for the whole year, I already mentioned you get a 10% discount. I know I didn't. I said that was just for the registration. This also applies to class. We have a student who just paid for the whole year. Where is she? Okay? And we're sending you a refund because we didn't realize at the time that you hadn't taken advantage of it. So you'll be getting $170 or something like that comes back here to you, okay? So the thing is, you get a 10% discount if you prepay. Why is that? Because then we know it's covered, and we don't have to worry about you anymore all year long, as far as administration, except for dealing with your, whatever you need for class. Okay? All right, that's that. Course access is automatic when your courses are billed. So not when you paid for it, but when you're billed for it. So if you go ahead and register for the whole year, okay? You register for the year, you'll be able to see all your courses and all the stuff that's there. Okay? And then you pay, and what we prefer that you do is pay all of it up front, sure. All right, but we also know you have lives, you got families, you got stuff in bills and all that stuff. So if you can, as best you can, try to pay it at the beginning of the class, all right? And if it takes you into the second or third week, or if you have to break it up into pieces, you saw how it's done. You put down how much you want to pay, and you pay it. Okay? All right? And if you're having difficulties, call me. Okay? Call Casey. Call us, and we will work with you. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. I know money sometimes makes people squeamish. I forget it all the way up front. Okay? Now, in this, purchase your books on Amazon. I already mentioned that. Okay, so let's move back over here. Next, this is the actual costs, and this is also in the handbook. I just did a cut and paste from the handbook. You can see all this information. Most of you have already looked at it. Questions?
Does it matter whether you purchase your books through Amazon or Smile.Amazon?
I don't care where you, Smile.Amazon is fine. It's the same thing. But matter of fact, that's a good way of doing it, because then the church sees some kind of benefit if you have them listed. Okay, but yeah, get them off of Amazon. We still have around, what do you think, around 400 or 500 books in the library in our store. But we've been selling our stuff on Amazon, depleting the resources, making room for our research library, which, by the way, is about a third of the way full, almost half full, of books that apply directly to what we do. And so you'll be able to take advantage of that instead of having to go to purchase things online. A lot of stuff's already in the library. Okay, any other questions? I didn't do that. I didn't set that up either. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Do we have handouts available
What?
tonight?
Handouts like these?
No,
What's the,
the handbook.
These?
The
The
handbook.
handbook itself, you can go to the
You want us to print
link.
it out?
I did not print the handbooks out. Yeah, but I can print them. That's not a big deal. But honestly, you're able to get full access. It's a PDF. Just scroll, you're done. You know. Anything else? Who else is already bored and wishes I'd shut up? Go ahead, raise it up, Sam. Go ahead.
This is your text support.
Go ahead.
I tried to get the first course, Who We Are in Christ. I belong to Books A Million because I get a further discount through them.
Sure.
So the book wasn't available in paperback, but it was available in ebook. And
Okay.
when I downloaded it, it didn't have an extension. And I'm having a problem even reading it
Huh.
from my computers or my phone.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I haven't dealt with Books A Million or their way of doing it. I do know that book, Who We Are in Christ, by Mr. McIntyre, is a tremendous little book. Sam, correction, Jim was already reading it. He already read it, didn't you?
yeah, so maybe
He's getting himself ahead. All right. The thing is, it's a tremendous book. I do have 3 quizzes attached to that book because I don't actually teach the book in class. I teach other stuff. That's why you read the book. More. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Oh, by the way, a good tool for all of you, especially whenever, and I'll show you a little bit of this in the second session. When it comes to writing your papers, it's really nice to buy the Kindle version of that book, because then you can cut and paste. Give credit where it belongs, all right? But you can cut and paste from the book directly. It saves you a lot of typing and stuff. You can also get PDFs and things. Any other questions? Yes, sir, Aaron.
Classes next week start at 7:30.
7 o'clock. We go from 7 to 9:45. The classes are 45 minutes long. You have a 15-minute break every hour, so you're able to walk around. Most people end up talking about what they just talked about, but anyway, you have a break every hour, so we're done at 9:45. Okay? And well, I'll tell you when I get to the test stuff. I don't want to do any more now. If you guys go ahead and take yourself a break, let's take about 10 minutes, and then we'll reconvene here, and I'll go over some of the note-taking strategies.
Sam.